Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Formula Costco. It is time for the season opener, race 1 of season number 8. We are here in Australia to kick off the actual season after having our exhibition in Spa last Tuesday. This is the real deal, the real thing. Points paying starts now. I am Norman Xbox with you as always, joined by BB and Potato, back in the booth for another season. Potato, welcome back. How are we feeling about this one tonight? So, as you guys can see, we have rain here in qualifying. I'm reading the chat. They say no rain in the race. So, the race results might be very different than the qualifying results. Time-wise, anyway. You got a lot of guys on track here to begin the session. We got Slurp and Logan, the first ones to start laps, as well as Joey and Vectored. We will go through the entire roster as well as the reserves once we get a minute here in the qualifying, a little bit of a down period. But first, qualifying session of the season. As we watch Slurp go through Sector 2. Reigning pole winner in this race was Cole, as he, of course, won the first 3 poles to start last season, and then Banjo went on his crazy 10-in-a-row streak. Then Cole won some more, so we'll see if we actually get some different pole sitters this season starting tonight. Cole won the exhibition pole last week, as we already have Eli retiring before even posting a lap, so he'll be all the way at the back. Oh, as Slurp almost loses it off the final corner. And we'll go to the line with a 127.2 to start the day. Logan comes in second. Joey goes up to second. So the 2 Red Bulls 1-2 so far. Gonna have some more guys coming to complete their laps. There goes Bama to P4. Vector with a very slow lap 1. Jake goes to P5. We'll have a full grid here tonight once JB joins. We just saw him join. Here comes Cole, just talked about him, who won the pole last week, won the pole for this race last season. Can he get back up to the top right now? And no, we're going to be second, splitting the 2 Red Bulls. Garrison, we expect to be a strong contender tonight. Here he is, as Smitten goes to 6th. Second Formula Costco season for Garrison. Got 1 win last season and a very strong year overall.
Yeah, very strong pairing between, it looks like, between him and Banjo. So,
absolutely.
High hopes for that team.
Garrison to the top, 126.98, the first person in the 126s. So good start to his day. Got JB who just joined. Looks like Callie who is back. I believe this is his first race since the anti-All-Star race, which he won in controversial fashion. That was behind him. Looks like that was one of the Red Bulls going for a slide through the gravel. I believe they're on their in-lap. Callie will go to the line and jump to 8th, 128 flat. DeMeo defending Australia winner now on his outlap, coming to the green for the first time. As Banjo also on the clock here, he is trailing Garrison, his teammate. So the two Williams we just talked about, both right with each other right here.
Oh, who's in
We're
front of
actually
Banjo?
in different liveries, which is interesting. Not sure how that works out, but there goes Garrison getting out of the way. Banjo got a pretty nice toe there from his teammate.
Yeah, his teammate kind of took evasive maneuvers there to.
Oh! 5-place grid penalty for Smitten for illegal blocking.
Where's he at right now?
Interesting.
It's in the
He's
pit road.
P10. Banjo, can he go to the top? He does not, just barely. Look at the gap between those two Williams drivers.
I think that would have to be. I mean, can you even remove that? I don't know, because he was in front of the Williams. I think that just came down. And
I'm not sure.
So obviously that wouldn't be a. Oh, maybe it was because Banjo's just running a lap there. That might have been who got held up. So I guess that might be valid.
DeMeo here actually, I believe, just lost part of his right end plate's gone, so DeMeo has hit the wall on this lap. And we're seeing some guys put soft tires on, so maybe we will see people get dry runs here at the end of this session. Rain's still falling, but no real change, but this is not going to be the lap from DeMeo because of that damage. Would not be shocked if he abandons this and just goes into the pits. And that is what he's going to do. So we have no drivers on laps right now. I think this would be a good time to look at the roster for the season as we recap the changes. So you have Cole and McLaren, the cheesy duo, or the McLaren duo, excuse me, returning for the 3rd season in a row. They came up 2nd in the Constructors' Championship, but Cole did win his 2nd straight Drivers' Championship. Then we talked about the pairing of Banjo and Garrison. Garrison moving to Williams for this season, replacing Joey, who was there. Speaking of Joey, he goes from... Or, I'm sorry, it was DeMeo. That was the Williams last season. Slurp and Joey go from Aston Martin to Red Bull this season. As they say teammates, but switch. The pairing that was in the Red Bull last season,
and apparently,
Bama and JB are now in the Haas. Go ahead, sorry.
Apparently, from what I've heard today, they switched from having Sean Orna as their owner, big boss, last season, to apparently it's Aaron. So I don't know how that works because he's currently
Interesting.
in the Ferrari, but yeah, I guess he's the big man upstairs for that team. Didn't really work well incredible last season having another guy rooting them on. Probably because Sean didn't show up for most races, but yeah.
Aaron having a lot of duties on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And we mentioned people putting on soft tires. The rain has now fully stopped. So a lot of the times we have seen right now are basically invalid because obviously a dry track is going to make everyone go faster. But Bayman JB, the Haas duo, moving from Red Bull last season. Then you go to the Ferraris, who we were just talking about. Aaron and DeMeo are teaming up. Then Racing Bulls have Chris and Aiden. Aiden, who is not here, he is being replaced by Eli for this race. Eli will likely see a lot of time in that seat if one of them is not showing up. Going to Aston Martin, we have Chan and Callie, both who are here tonight. Be interested to see what they can do as DRS enabled. That's the big indicator for a dry track right there. Mercedes, we have Leafy and McKinnon, who are both not here. They will be replaced by Josh and Jake Booth, both are reserves for the night. Alpine, Logan, and Vector, a new team there, as well as Logan goes from Ferrari to Alpine. Vector, this will be his first full-time Formula Costco season, I believe, ever. But he has run some races in the past. Big wildcard team, Sauber, Smitten, and Skinny. That's a team of not really sure what to expect every week. But that is why they are a wild card.
I'm better than last year, I think, for that team. In terms of potential.
Definitely. And then we have the reserves that we talked about. Josh and Eli, who are both here tonight. We also have Gio, Sean, NASCAR fan Rowdy, and Boiled reserves, and Jake as well, who is here tonight. So that is the recap of your roster. And Potato, if you want to, well, we have another little down period. If you want to jump into Potato's picks real quick, that
Yeah,
could be a good time for
first time
that.
in a few months here. Didn't do any week zero because I mean there wasn't a ton to go off of there. Since the start of the season, it's been a while. I'll do two drivers and one thing about the track. To start out with the track here, I mean a lot of DRS zones. You have four DRS zones. That's huge. I think the biggest one is going to be that curved left-hand DRS zone between turn 8 and 9. It's very long, and then it ends with a very awkward turn 9. A kink left-hander, a kink right-hander, 9 and 10. We saw them get congested battling for a points position last season, and it ended in Banjo at the end of the lap getting with Slurp and getting into the wall. Um, and that put him out of the points, and by the end of the season, Banjo, he could have really used those points. So that'll be an important part of the track. People can congest it up. You could win the race over there as well. And then for two drivers, the first one, I think I got to start with DeMeo here. He won here last season in this race, but then it seemed like it all just fell apart midway through. It got so bad he got into the booth. So he's going to try to start this season well, um, but this time he's going to try to win in that win again in that Ferrari and continue it the rest of the season. And then for my second driver, I'm going to talk about. Um, Eli is in this race, right? I didn't see him.
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to
Yep.
talk about stuff he isn't in here. It finished, I
He will
believe.
be starting at the back, though.
Yeah, he started finished, I believe, P15 here last year. But I think I have a lot of trust and belief in that team, and I think going into this year, I think he'll have kind of a bounce back, and this can be a good start for him, even though he's starting in the back. I think he'll make up for that P15 last year with a better finish. And yeah.
All right. That is the first edition of Potato's Picks since October. So thank you, Potato. Um, but now, with just 4 minutes and 25 seconds ish to go, all the guys are putting on soft tires for what'll likely be the final runs of the session for everybody. Maybe some guys like Banjo who got out early can get 2 runs in if they want to. But Banjo will guaranteed be going to P1 here because he's the first one to set a time on soft tires. And there you see the difference, 121.1 compared to 126.9, which the leaders were running before. And there goes Logan to P2 with a 122.82. There comes Garrison, Banjo's teammate. Vector, Logan's teammate, goes to third with a 123.2. Here comes Garrison. Can he knock his teammate off of P1? He can with a 120.97. So just by a couple of tenths there. The track is very quiet, which tells me that a lot of guys are just going to do one run to the end. Have Aaron and Josh on outlaps right now. They are both in sectors 2 and 3.
Yeah, the top 4 guys are all the guys that are running laps right now. No, it's probably just because of the difference between lap time, obviously, because there's rain and not rain. So I guess that's kind of obvious. But yeah, I mean, I have a big difference here, seeing how much these guys can improve. Definitely going to beat
Josh in the
improve.
Mercedes. Oh, yeah. If you're not improving on your intermediate lap time, then good luck to you in the race.
Yeah.
Australia is surprisingly high speed for how close quarters this track is.
Yeah, I mean, and also it's not just like straightaways, and because these straightaways are kind of curved, but it's just a lot of hard braking, and then you have some corners off of straightaways where usually you think long straightaway tight corner. No, it's a light corner, it's a kink. You keep some momentum up, so yeah, very high speed.
Aaron here on his lap has to dodge an Aston Martin. As now basically the entire grid is on track.
I don't think he's quite on pace.
There goes Josh to third with a 122.30. Nice lap for him, I would say. We'll see how it shakes out. He wants all these other guys put times on the board. Let's see what Aaron can do here.
Oh, never mind.
Aaron to the top of the board with a 120.78. How about that from the Ferrari driver?
He was only up 3.3 seconds.
Well, he had an insane sector 3.
Well, yeah,
then.
what
My goodness.
happened? Oh my goodness.
And Garrison and Banjo are both out 4 runs, but that is very impressive from Aaron to get his car up there.
He was on
track
track
of them regardless.
to be right around Vector, and he jumped all the way up past everybody up to the front.
Both the McLarens are on laps now, Cole and Cheesy. We'll see what they can do. On board with Joey here, as he is in Sector 1. Slurp takes the green. 30 seconds to go, so these will be the final runs. Garrison and Banjo, Logan and Vector all trying to get back to the line, as well as Skinny to try to get their laps in. It's going to be close for a lot of those guys. DeMeo to the top of a 119.62. The Ferraris are showing up in a big way.
Gosh,
so maybe those laps for Garrison and Banjo weren't as good as we thought. But it's going to be close. Garrison's not going to make it back to the green here. Banjo, I think, will just barely. It's going to be close. Banjo makes it with 2 seconds to spare, but Garrison, Garrison, Vector, and Logan all will not make it back. Callie at the top, 119.45 for the Aston Martin. There goes Bam, a 119.1. Joey to the top. Everybody's improving.
Its best by far. It is improving by the second.
Chris to P5, so a lot of these guys are going to get their best times at the very end, it looks like, as Cheesy to P3 with a 119.40.
It's going to be bad for Garrison.
And there goes Cole to the top, 118.77, massive lap from Cole, the defending pole sitter of this race. Smitten to fourth, that was. Chan stays in 16th. Slurp at the top of the 118.51. That looks like it might be the lap. DeMeo is not going to improve. It's going to come down to Banjo and Slurp. Banjo improving in a pretty big way right here. Skinny also on his lap. He's going to finish right before Banjo. Skinny jumps to seconds for Skinny.
The track conditions are just getting better and better.
But here comes Banjo to the line. It's going to be between him and Slurp for pole. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Banjo with a 117.71. Takes pole by 0.8 of a second.
Well, I'll tell you what, Garrison had the right idea. Be as late as possible. He was just a bit too late. I mean, I think he could have gotten pole there. He just was just in time, but he wasn't.
The track massively improving. This is going to be one heck of a running order.
How about this? Garrison's going to be all the way down in 14th.
14th. And his teammates on pole by 0.8 of a second. Wow, what a session that was to start off the season.
I mean, that's what happens. You have rain to start a session, it dries up. It's not going to dry up immediately. It was slowly got in place there. Oh, but Smitten has the 5-place
penalty.
I think that's a legitimate penalty, so it should be there either way.
Banjo and Slurp will be your front row. Skinny, P3 start for the Sauber. What a job from him. Cole and Joey will be 4th and 5th. Bama 6th, Smitten 7th, Cheesy, Callie, DeMeo, your top 10. Then you have Chris, JB, Aaron, who was on P1, we thought his time was fantastic. 13th starting spot for him. We talked about Garrison 14th. I didn't get to the rest. But we will watch them. The race should be dry.
Looks like it.
The chat talking about Logan impeding a lot of people's laps. So maybe he's the one that should have got the blocking penalty and not Smitten.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, you had tons of guys stopped on the left side of that long straightaway, but it was Smitten, who was coming down the pit road, who apparently got a penalty for that. So, but I think he might have been on the track before that, in front of I think Garrison, who was running a lap.
I have a feeling we're in for a wild start here, Potato.
Yep. Although remember last season, it was a pretty calm start. So all
Yeah.
things considered, so we'll see. It was really the restart that we had off the safety car later in the race that really messed things up. We had guys who jumped the start last season. That was probably because it was a new game, I believe, right? That was first time on NASCAR
Yep.
25, so probably less people doing that, hopefully. Start this one.
All right, here we go. Familiar front row, though. Banjo and Slurp will lead us away. The Lights Are Out Season 8 of Formula Costco is officially underway, with Banjo getting a very nice start and going to clear Slurp easily into turn one as everyone fans out. We got 3 wide back there, 4 wide. It looks like Garrison making a big move to the inside. Gains 4 spots off the first turn, does the Williams. And there's already a caution as JB's in trouble.
Who is
JB
somebody's
drops from 12th all the way to
here.
last.
I think it's Cheesy. Well, a couple others too. That wouldn't have been Cheesy.
There you see the positions gained and lost already.
Smitten.
Smitten is around.
Garrison's in last.
And something happened to Garrison.
Did he get a penalty? He went through the grass in the first corner. I wonder if they gave him one.
Yeah.
Somebody just lost a front end plate. Saw that go flying.
So Garrison likely got an illegal overtake.
I think that's Vector's.
And from bad to worse for him to start this race. A look at the big movers. Chan, Jake, Eli all have 4 spots. Side by side here for 13th between Josh and Logan. Logan, that was not the turn right there, but he's going to get to the inside of Josh regardless here for 12th. Cheesy and Callie, the two that got together at the end of the Anti All-Star race, are side by side here on lap 1. Callie trying to go around the outside of the McLaren and will clear him into the penultimate corner. Banjo away with a 7/10 of a second lead over Slurp.
Uh-oh.
Skinny has dropped 3 spots from his P3 start.
Garrison almost
settles
got
in
cleaned
6th.
out by Smitten. That's out of the way, though.
Cress also goes by Cheesy.
Oh, Cheesy goes
And
off.
Cheesy goes way wide. There goes Aaron by. And Cheesy drops from 7th to 11th and now going to lose more spots as here comes Chan, here comes Logan. Logan, big dive there on the inside, not able to get to the inside. What a start for Chan. He's your biggest mover, up 7 spots from the start of this race. 18th to 11th in a lap and some change here. Callie and Chris going at it. Chris on the mediums, Callie on the hards. Chris flying around the outside will take that spot away. And caution as Chan lost some spots.
Could have been Eli.
He was in 10th, now all the way back in 12th. If you stay green, Vectored all the way to the back. I believe Vectored might have made a pit stop on lap 1.
Stop, I think. Yep, he has a full, fresh front wing on there.
Banjo takes the fastest lap, but Slurp is closing to 4/10 of a second. A look at Garrison here, who is back up to 15th after dropping to last on lap 1. Rides behind Josh here into turn 1. And that is Jake going into the pits, as the battle for second is heating up between Slurp and Cole. Familiar front 3, I believe, from really familiar front 5 right now. You have Banjo, Slurp, Cole, Joey, and Bama. Then Skinny in 6th. And Skinny just got a time penalty, actually. That is not what you want this early in the race. Chris DeMayo, Callie, Aaron, your point scorers at the moment. As Smitten passes Josh for 16th. Smitten had a rough start as well. And change for second. There goes Cole. Started 4th, now up 2 spots. Goes by the Red Bull. As Skinny closes on Bama for P5. You have DeMayo closing on Chris for 7th. DeMayo lost a couple spots at the start, got couple of them back as Cole takes the fast lap away. A lot of guys using a lot of ERS here early in this race. Most of the top 5 is Joey with 45%.
And Chris just burned up about all of it trying to stay in the front 7, but lost out on it. And now he'll have DeMeo with 100% battery, and he's got it back up to 20%, but that might be a pass we'll look out for DeMeo over Chris here.
DeMeo, the defending winner, showing strong pace here early, but he's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to challenge for the win.
There he goes.
There he is. He flies up to the rear wing of the Racing Bull. Just not able to get there in time for a move.
Also,
and
wide there.
Cole closing on Banjo for the lead. They have pulled away from Slurp. Slurp seems to be struggling here a little bit. Top 5 all on mediums, Skinny on the hards. Very split between mediums and hards throughout the field. Will make for some interesting strategy once the pit window opens. I imagine at around halfway in the race, it's probably going to be a one-stop, and everyone's going to run the opposite tire that they did not start on. Aaron with a nice start. He's up 3 spots from 13th. Now trying to challenge for P9. Closing on Callie, the Aston Martin. Have a 3-car battle here for 11th with Cheesy, Chan, and Garrison. Garrison been stuck behind these two for a couple of laps now.
Oh my... Okay, that was lag. Oh my goodness. Cheesy just, on my screen, went full speed off into the corner. I thought he just wrecked. He's okay, though. Not really, though. He's getting split.
Change for 4th. Bama goes around Joey.
Wow. Okay. They got through there. So Cheesy's now lost 2 spots. Garrison's up to 12th as they made a pass up there for 4th. That, as you mentioned, Bama and Joey.
DeMeo's still following Chris. He's very close this time with 75% more battery. This will likely be the move. Cole continues to follow Banjo. Banjo led every lap so far.
This is 11th? We've got 2 side-by-side battles. I guess 12th. And then
here we go.
15th.
Garrison was able to get by Logan. Chan has pulled away from these guys as there was a lot of carnage there, looks like. And Cheesy's dropped all the way to 16th now.
Yeah.
What has happened to the McLaren?
He doesn't have any damage. Some type of internet trouble, because he went into the, what would have been, I think, turn 8 before that long straightaway, and his car went straight off into the gravel, but then came back onto the track like he was lagging, so.
JB, who was 20th after turn 1, is now up to 13th. As he passes the Alpine of Logan for that spot. Smitten also here. There's Cheesy right behind him. Cheesy trying to make back some lost ground as he goes to the inside of the Sauber. Goes to the inside of the Alpine as well. Cheesy looking for 2-for-1. Logan cuts the corner to keep the spot. Cheesy still in good position to challenge here. And Cheesy does not make the move as Logan kind of was all over the place with blocking there.
In between both lines.
DeMeo still not able to get around Chris. Chris is using all his battery on the straightaway trying to get away.
Logan almost
and is doing a good job of it. And Cola's the new leader.
Oh, missed that.
A lot of action at the back, and we missed the first change for the lead of the race. I believe that just happened on the straightaway going into turn 1. But Cole takes the lead for the first time. Controversy robbed him of this race win here last season. Looking to make up for that and start his championship defense off with 2 wins after winning the exhibition last week. Slurp has completely lost touch with these two. And there goes DeMayo, finally makes the move on Chris. Here comes Kelly to do the same, and Chris going to lose 2 spots in 1 straightaway. Logan by Cheesy. Here comes Smith to get
Cheesy
back.
just hit the
Logan
grass
hits
3
the wall.
times in 1 straightaway.
Oh, man.
On 3 different sides.
Here comes Eli as well. Garrison and Chan side by side for 11th and 12th. Oh, they both go on the gravel.
Yeah.
Chan left the Williams. No room there at all. Garrison with a slight battery advantage. He's right there. We'll have DRS as well. Should make this move. Chan blocks a little bit. Garrison goes all the way to the inside to try to get the move done and does. I believe there's some feelings there between those two.
The battle 4th, 5th, and 6th is closing in.
Cheesy into the pits here. Early pit stop for the McLaren.
I mean, something, I guess. You got to do something. That's a terrible
start. Puts on the hard tires, I believe. Yes, puts on the hards.
Joey putting pressure back on Bama after he passed him earlier. And in front of that,
will have a 4-second gap to close to Aaron to get into the points.
In front of that, the gap just from 2nd to 3rd is stretched out, ballooned all the way up to 4 seconds between Banjo and Slurp.
There goes that Bama to the pits. Yeah, Bama, the first one of the front runners to make a pit stop here.
On mediums.
So could we see potential 2-stop? This is pretty early for mediums unless the tire wear is that bad. So Bama will go to hards, so maybe he will just try to make the hards 20 laps, last 20 laps to the end.
I guess trying to undercut. See how good it
Skinny and Joey, tight battle here for 4th.
His teammate
Skinny
JB
been hanging around all race. So yeah, both the Haas drivers doing a different strategy. Go ahead and switch the tire compounds here.
And Skinny's now the first on hard tires, but he has that penalty. So we might go to DeMayo to lead that strategy. And both
Cole has retained the lead since taking it from Banjo a few laps ago.
And both Ferraris on that hard tire strategy. Because Aaron is also quietly inside the top 10 right now.
Could see a change for 4th. Skinny with the run on Joey and the DRS. They go to the inside into turn 1. Callie and the Aston's pitting as well. Callie started on the hard tires and is pitting already. Joey holds off Skinny for 4th, but Skinny with the second bite of DRS gets the move done that time. As Chris goes by DeMayo, still side by side. And will take 6th back away. Bama, the highest of the guys that have pitted, he's in 13th on the hard tires. Callie goes to another set of hard, so he will for sure be doing a 2-stop.
Yeah, he has to at this point.
If you're going to do a 2-stop, now's the time to pit.
Banjo back up to the lead.
There goes Banjo. Oh, he jumps the curb there and barely slides in front of Cole. These two are absolutely flying away from Slurp. 7 seconds ahead now. And Skinny is actually, it looks like, closing on Slurp a little bit here. After getting around Joey. Maybe Slurp tries to undercut and try to gain some of that time back.
Well,
there goes
Skinny
Joey
is
into the
on
pits.
a different strategy here, probably. It's Joey. He's going to try to undercut
Joey will go to hards here.
Watch him in relation to, what would it be? Bama?
Bama. Bama's going to easily be in front of him.
Yeah, undercut. At least for now. Seems to be the
And there's going to
play.
be quite a few cars in between the two as well.
And so now if you see that and you're one of the top 3 here, does that push you up a bit maybe? Try to go as soon as possible, but we'll see.
So, Bama is, let's do some quick math. Bama's about, I want to say 7 seconds ahead of Joey. Pitted 2 laps before him.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big gap. Oh, I just heard someone smack the wall. I'm not sure where that was.
almost said it. Yeah, I think he's 6 seconds behind him at this point. So yeah, that's a pretty big gap. And what he pitted, what, 2 laps before?
2 laps before, yeah. And there's 3 cars in between. Garrison with a time penalty.
Well, that is very costly. He's done a great job working his way through the field.
Top 2 continue to stay out. Slurp is coming in. So Slurp goes 11 laps on mediums and will come in on this lap. Gives up 3rd. So not many medium runners left in the race. We have the top 2, then Chris, then Garrison, then Eli, and then Vector, who made a lap 1 pit stop.
I wonder,
as I was going to say, Bama is also way ahead of Slurp here. Slurp rejoins just in front of Logan. Slurp did stay in front of Joey, but not by much. There you see the 2 Red Bulls separated by the Alpine of Logan.
Slurp and Joey are teammates. I believe they're in the same call right now. I wonder if there was some communication as to how much time Joey lost to Bama, as whether...
Oh, Logan in the wall.
Yep. Whether Slurp did that earlier
than Joey by as Cole takes the lead back away from Banjo. Going into Sector 3 here. Let's see what these 2 decide to do as far as strategy. I believe they're going to probably run longer.
Oh,
and no, Banjo actually going to make a late call to come in here.
Banjo
going to try to undercut Cole.
I think the earlier the better at this point. I don't think there's a downside this late in the pit cycle when it's already really started to going later.
So Banjo will go to hards. Chris also in from 5th. He was one of the ones left on mediums. So that's going to leave only
Bama
Cole and Vector
way ahead of him now
on the hard tires. And yeah, Bama has done a very nice job. He is likely committed to a 2-stop, but he's doing a very nice job making time.
And he's right behind Banjo.
He's right with Banjo.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Cole's got to pit this lap.
If he's able to stick in his DRS at least for a little bit here, it's going to very nicely help his time.
I think Cole's planning on it because he's down to 6% battery. Probably trying to get as good of an in-lap as possible.
This definitely is an in-lap.
I don't know. It might be too late for him and Banjo. That could lose them time come the end of the race, but nonetheless, Banjo's still leading this strategy at least for now.
We'll have to see when these guys start on the hards how long they run. The only one that started on hards that pitted, I believe, was Callie, who's down at 14th right now. And Cole is coming into the pits this time. Gotta make sure you don't speed. He gets in cleanly. So this will give the lead to Skinny. He stays
the 2 Ferraris behind him.
And then, yep, DeMeo and Aaron both stay out. So now we'll have to watch. Cole goes to the hards. Now we'll have to watch the race between him and Banjo. Banjo pitted 1 lap earlier. Going to use all the battery he can. Cole is at pit exit right now. Let's see where Banjo is. Banjo right here. It's going to be really close. Banjo going to try to fly to the inside and just gets out with the lead there.
Talk about having trust in a competitor to leave your line there. I mean, that was...
No kidding.
Wow. And they're
Bama
already
sticking with these
Aaron.
guys.
Yes, Bama's there. He is in this battle, at least for now.
I don't think Banjo got the gap he wanted, but he did get the lead. They're going to have to work their way around the Ferrari of Aaron. Which will likely happen right here with the long straightaway. Aaron goes to the right. Banjo flies to the left. Cole with a big run, though. Can Cole make the move on Banjo for the lead? You're going to try to go around the outside, possibly. Sticks behind him. Now Bama going to have to make quick work of Aaron here if he wants to stay with these guys. And time penalty for Slurp. There goes Bama on air, and that'll be for 5th right now. And
Oh,
there goes the time penalty for Joey as
Joey.
well. So both Red Bull drivers get time penalties at the exact same time.
That's bad for Joey. He had a position if Bama had some tire wear, Slurp with the 3 second. That could have been huge for him. Trying to get a podium, but now he's even with his teammate who's in front of him. Oh, gets kind of close to Banjo there. Not quite in range.
Bama just out of DRS. No, he actually has DRS off of Cole.
I think he needed to make that pass on Aaron the straightaway before, the same straightaway the other two
But I
did.
mean, still is doing a great job right now. If he's able to make these tires live to the end, he is going to likely finish on the podium. I mean, he's a 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Slurp.
It's kind of the signature of Haas recently, it looks like, to just randomly have a 5th place finish, and maybe have lower finishes across the rest of the season. So
Slurp goes by Aaron here for 6th, and Banjo and Cole both go by DeMeo, who is yet to pit. That is for 2nd. Now they are each 2.5 seconds or so behind Skinny, for the lead.
I think
they're skidding up the road.
The call was to go from mediums to hards because I don't think anybody.
Skinny continuing on, yet to pit. Garrison's up to 9th. Banjo takes fastest lap. Cole is closing, not close enough for a move in turn 1. A lot of guys using that grass there in turn 1, getting as close to the inside as they possibly can.
And Bama's, I think, out of that, but Slurp is now
sure.
catching up to him. Unfortunately, there's a 3-second time penalty.
Chris time penalty. Someone just hit the wall. And Cole goes by Skinny, Banjo does as well, so Banjo and Cole are back to being 1-2. At least Skinny made a mistake there. Let them both by. And now the battle for the lead resumes. Joey gets by Aaron for 7th. Bama's still trying to get around DeMeo. There he goes by the Ferrari. I believe your race for the podium is going to be... There goes Slurp by DeMeo. It's going to be Bama and Slurp, unless one of the guys that are staying out right now can make up a lot of time on fresh tires. And Skinny is coming in on this lap. DeMeo continues on, making the Hard's last 16 laps. Yet to pit in the race, we have DeMeo, we have Aaron, we have Smitten, Chan, and Logan, and Josh. The guys that have not pitted. Now Skinny is the only driver on the grid that is on mediums. And Smitten comes into the pits and gets a speeding penalty that is going to derail his race. Has to wait a split second for the double stack.
Back here.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Chan is in as well. So a lot of the guys that are yet to pit came in on that lap.
See, I think you were saying it before my batteries died, but I think the battle here is going between whether Slurp can get, what was it,
Slurp
3 seconds?
for third, flies by Bama.
Now the goal is to get 3 seconds in front of him by the end of the event.
Slurp is out 5 seconds back of the top 2.
But if he can't, that would be huge for Haas.
He is on a couple lap older tires as well. Absolutely.
I think that secondary strategy that the Ferraris and some others did, it's not going to nearly pay off.
I mean, we'll see. I think they have to pit pretty soon to make up as much time as they can. DeMeo is coming in on this lap.
Yeah, I just don't know if...
And here comes Aaron, his teammate following him in. Gonna be a double stack here. Not sure if this is the exact right idea. Aaron's gonna get held up.
I don't know if these two are even in the same party. Communication-wise.
I believe they are.
Are they? Okay,
Aaron gets held up for a few seconds. But for both Ferraris, get their pit stops completed and will likely be running to the end of the race. We'll see where they come out. Looks like gonna be around 9th as Skinny goes by both of them. Nope, DeMeo actually is ahead of Skinny. despite Skinny having the undercut, but Skinny gonna try to go around the outside, and does so. Logan also in, Josh in. Now everyone has pitted once in the race. I believe the only guys that we know have to come back in are Callie and Jake. So this is your Psycho Out running order. Very nice from Garrison, getting back to P6. DeMeo goes by Skinny. There's a time penalty for Callie, who is in 8th. A lot of guys in the top 10 with penalties. We have 6 of the top 10 that have time penalties. The only one outside the top 10 with a penalty is Smitten. And DeMeo in the grass. Here comes... Oh, there's contact! DeMeo way wide into the gravel. He and Skinny got together once and then twice, and that sent the Ferrari way off course. That's going to cost DeMeo about 3 seconds of time.
Well, I said it, yeah. I mean, might be that time it was kind of unrelated to the strategy, but those guys are going to be out of the, I think, any talk of a pretty good finish. Although he's still inside the top 10, so you'll get points, but
I believe they're going to run down maybe to 7th or so.
How about Cheesy here? Well, actually, he has some cars behind him, so maybe not, but looked like maybe he could fight his way back into the points after being as low as 16th, I believe, at one point, so.
Battle for the win between Cole and Banjo. They are neck and neck as we come to 10 laps to go in the season opener in Australia. Banjo trying to break the toe here as Cole uses his battery.
Oh, Bama's pitting.
Bama's coming in. Okay, so it is a 2-stop for the Haas.
Is it really that bad of wear?
So Bama is just basically breaking this up into 9, 10, and 9 lap runs. Or 10, 10, and 9 lap runs.
I mean, this is a
so
short
he will
pit
not be
road.
on fresh mediums.
This is a short pit road, though. So.
Here comes Bama back out. He is going to be just in front of Callie. He actually rejoins that very clean track, which is very good for him. Going to try to hold off Callie here. Skinny gets a time penalty. I believe that's his second one. So Bama will have an 8-second gap to make up to Chris, who is with Garrison for a top 5 spot here. Haven't really talked about Chris much this race. He's doing very nicely, in nice position to challenge for a top 5 spot.
Cole's still just keeping it. He's right there, but he just never can be in enough range to make a move. Somebody else is down, but that's Jake. Rough start for Mercedes.
So the guys that I believe will have to pit again, Garrison's back in. Whoa, okay, I did not see that coming. So Garrison cannot make it to the end either, he believes. And there's Callie. We knew Callie was coming back in. Oh, Callie gonna be close on speed. He barely makes it. So we knew Callie had to come back in. Caution sector 3, that is, I believe, vectored. No, Logan is off.
Oh, yep.
Logan trying to get the car turned around.
That is...
Logan way off course here. I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, I think he hit the gravel, then went left.
And Cole with a time penalty! He got the lead, but Cole with a time penalty!
Banjo just needs to...
He went way wide in turn 1, and Banjo retakes the lead away.
If I'm Banjo, I might give it to him on a straightaway. Because just to make sure you don't get a penalty trying to defend, because, I mean, that's huge.
Cole with a huge mistake. Which is going to make it much, much easier for Banjo to win this race. Banjo just needs to know Chris is lagged out of the session. Let me see if I can invite him back.
I'm actually going to check here. See how much Banjo has. If he has a couple buffers in terms of
I did not mean to invite him to the party, dang it.
Jeez, Skinny's gotten 4 warnings in the
And
past.
Chris is coming into the pits. Oh, I don't know if he meant to do that. His AI might have just caused him to pit when he didn't want to. Maybe he was coming in anyway. I'm not exactly sure. But now Bama back into the top 5. So we're going to see a lot more 2-stops than I originally thought.
Banjo only has 1 warning.
Okay.
So he has an extra mulligan.
And Cole is trying to pull away. Cole has already stretched the gap up to 9/10 of a second.
That's the thing, though. If we're, I mean, he hasn't even an extra one to make a move in this part of the track he's on right now. That's really where you get the benefit of maybe cutting the course a bit. So he'll have an extra chance to do that. I don't know if he's going to try to do it or not.
JB is back into the pits. I hope Chris was able to get back into the race.
JB coming out on the track on new mediums.
Banjo's able to hold on for 6/10. That is the gap. But of course, Cole with the penalty gonna have to be a lot more for that if he wants to win the race. Be interested to see if the 2 Red Bulls can make it to the end.
Yeah, the guy longest right now is all the way back at 11th, Cheesy. But then what you really got to look for 12 laps on the hards for Joey and 11 for his teammate Slurp. Both with penalties as well. Trying to lash those tires till the end.
I believe Chris is back in. So that's good. The real one to watch here is going to be obviously the better for the win, but besides that you have Bama, who is trying to close on the 2 Red Bulls for a podium
down to 5 seconds
here.
Really, I mean, since they both have penalties, Slurp and Joey, he can kind of look at that and say, well, we only really need 2 more for seconds.
Garrison makes the move on Skinny for 7th. DeMeo got by Garrison, or Skinny, excuse me, a lap ago or so. Garrison now going to look to get back into 6th where he was running before, so pitting did not lose Garrison. Only 1 spot so far, but he is right with DeMeo with fresher tires. Cole and Banjo are both now pushing all out. Cole trying to break the DRS and try to get 3 seconds ahead. That's what he needs to win the race. Banjo just needs to stay within 3 seconds, and he would be the winner. There goes Garrison by DeMeo on the front straightaway. Bama continues to close on Joey for 4th place. And there's the fastest lap for Chris, all the way down in 11th there. Eli, his teammates into the points now.
I think he just went for fastest lap because he has no battery left. That could make it a
Catley goes by Cheesy. Cheesy's still out on 16 lap old hard tires.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the right call to do a 2-stop. We'll see though. At least for a guy
unless
like
you
Cheesy,
unless you made the mediums last as long as the front runners did.
Well, that's the thing though. I mean, it might come down to who was more patient in the pit strategy. I think I kind of made a mistake there. I think really you always see that. You see a guy like Bama gain so much time on a short stop, and you have to do it. You have to go. You have to jump in on that. But if you're doing a 1-stop, you needed to wait. You needed to wait a bit, provide that gap so that you could make it on 1-stop. Because turns out Bama wasn't going for a 1-stop in the first place. Probably.
And also, has to be said, if the front runners run into trouble with their tires, then Bama would be in very nice position here.
Yeah. He's already.
I don't think Cole and Banjo are going to run into trouble. They've been really good about their tires the whole time. But the Red Bull's kind of a different story, and Bama's going to likely get Joey here anyway. He's within a second of him now.
He's already, if it were to end now, stop the count, he would get 4th because of that 3 second for Joey, so.
And he needs to get within 3 seconds of Slurp, and he would be on the podium. Flying around, all the way around there, outside of Joey, makes that move easy. Bama up to 4th. Did not lose a lot of time battling there either, which is very good for him. 4 laps to go now as Cole and Banjo cross the line. Chris goes by Aaron for 9th place. So he's back into the points. And with fastest lap.
About the tale of two teammates. Bama has a chance to maybe get a podium after starting in 6th. His teammate JB started 11th, is down all the way to 16th.
Jake, the first person we've seen put on softs in this race. He is all the way down in last, though.
He has full battery. He's going to load it up probably for a fastest lap attempt.
And everybody is on the lead lap besides Logan and Jake, and we have all 20 drivers still in the race here coming to 3 laps to go. And I'm not going to say what we haven't had any of, but...
Banjo in a perfect spot right now. He can just sit behind Cole and be fine as long as he doesn't overdo any corners, cut the track at all. They're coming up on a lap car.
That is Josh in the Mercedes. 3 to go in the race.
Eli passed
Cole still needs
Aaron.
to stretch out that gap to 3 seconds, but Banjo's doing a nice job of keeping Cole in the DRS.
Eli just passed
with
Aaron
him.
on 14 lap old hards.
Wow, how about that? I believe Eli was already ahead of him. Maybe he
Was he?
wasn't. I'm not sure.
They changed positions.
Joey's
so
into the
Lucy may have
pits.
passed
Joey
back.
is into the pits. Very late pit stop for Joey. He's going to
Probably
go on
just,
softs to the end right here.
Raised the white flag there. Tires probably weren't going to
He's
last.
going to lose some spots, though, to DeMayo
So,
and Skinny and
is-
Chris as well, I believe.
Watch out for this, though. I mean, any of these top 3 could, I guess, at this point, blow a tire.
Absolutely.
If a puncture is within the possibility.
Oh, there was some contact! Joey came out right in front of Eli, and Eli hit him and lost his left end plate.
Wow.
That's going to make getting points very hard for Eli as he still has Aaron right on his tail here. But Aaron actually had an issue there through that corner, lost a lot of time, lost DRS actually. And Cole has broken DRS on Banjo here.
I don't know how big of an effect that's
But
going to
actually,
have,
no,
though.
Banjo's still back into it barely. 2 to go in Australia. Cole needs 2 more seconds of a gap. Banjo is farther behind than he was before. There's a lap car in between them of Josh, which is going to aid Banjo with the DRS until he passes him, which will likely be right now. All these guys pushing flat out is going to make them more vulnerable to punctures, possibly.
Well, I don't know how then...
Slurp on in 3rd on 1 lap older tires.
Is Cheesy just milking this car around here? Because he's now 19 laps in.
He could be.
Because Joey had to have pit just because it was necessity. He wouldn't have pitted with whatever 3 to go if he didn't have to.
Aaron is into the pits here. On 9 lap old medium, so he must not be able to make those to the end either. He puts on softs.
It's all about
going
how
to
you
pass
drive
him,
the
going to
car.
lose spots to Chan as well. And Cole has officially broken DRS. He's still going to need an almighty final lap. He needs to gain 1.7 seconds on Banjo to win the race. But he has slightly more battery, so it is possible. The white flag is out. You have 1 lap to go in Australia. And Cole and Banjo both going to be running time trial laps. 1.6 is the gap. Cole needs it to be 3 seconds. He is going. He is flying away. Can he gain a full 1.5 seconds in 1 lap on Banjo to win the race? Banjo made time through the end of Sector 1. It's 1.3, 1.2. Cheesy gets his 2nd time penalty of the race.
Oh, he has a puncture.
Oh, well, that would be why.
I think. That
Bama's within striking
that's
distance of Slurp for 3rd, as Joey does get fastest lap. And the gap stabilizing for the win at 1.4. It's going to take a mistake at Sector 3 from Banjo. Just 2 corners to go. And despite Cole crossing the line first, it is going to be the win in Australia for Banjo, who starts off the season with a win. Banjo's going to win in Australia, and for the second season in a row, Cole is going to win the race on the track, but get the win taken away because of a penalty.
Oh,
so
Slurp,
Banjo is your
good.
winner. Cole is in second. Slurp is going to come home for third. He's just going to be able to
Yep.
hold off Bama for the final podium spot. Bama with a very nice run, though, gets fourth. Garrison, what a recovery drive from him. From 20th at the end of lap 1 to 5th place for the Williams of Garrison. And Williams starts off their Constructors' Championship defense in a good way. DeMeo comes home for 6th. And then you have Chris, Joey, and Skinny all coming home 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Eli looks like he will get the final points in the race if he's able to hold off Callie. And he will. So double points for Racing Bulls. Callie just misses out in 11th.
And Cheesy's, yeah, he has a puncture just trying
and
to
Cheesy and
limp
21 lap old Hards is just trying to limp it home.
Yeah, there's
There
nothing
goes Chan for
in that
12th.
left front tire.
Smitten
There's
13th,
no air in that left.
or it's actually going to be 13th for Aaron. Because Smitten did not serve his 10-second penalty. Vector also gets by him for 14th. And then it'll be Cheesy, who is just trying to limp it. Oh, he's around. Oh, that's JB around, excuse me. Cheesy limps it home for 16th, and then JB is just going to drive it backwards and try to finish the race. JB is going to wall ride backwards to go across the line here.
Take a look at what he did.
Talk about things you've never seen before.
And it looks like coming out of race 1, Williams is going to be the constructor leader, as Garrison an incredible recovery drive. Salvage some points for that team.
And we had a full grid. Everyone finished the race, and there were no safety cars.
Yep. A clean one, all things considered, especially for Formula Costco standards.
Entertaining race, too.
Yep.
All right, let's get our interviews going here.
There was a lot of driver versus track in this one. Saving the tires, not cutting the track. There's not a ton of incidents between drivers, and obviously wasn't enough to cause any safety cars.
Oh, Sir 74.
This guy isn't depressed after third place.
I realized
Driver of the day for Garrison, deserving
Okay.
driver of the day.
I realized I should just not care at all.
Joey did get fastest lap there.
So point for Red Bull.
Hello, Joey.
It looked like it was going to be a better week for race for Red Bull until he had to pit, though.
All right, let's get it going. Zeta, take it away.
Okay, well, a P3 here for Slurp. It almost was a P4, not because of a battle on the track, because of the 3-second penalty you had earlier in the race.
Yeah, bro, we know.
Okay. So, talk to me about that recovery, and also what happened earlier in the race with that pit stop strategy to kind of go earlier in the run. And did that have anything to do with when your teammate pitted?
I went like 2 laps earlier than the leaders. Maybe not even. What are you talking about?
I
Yeah,
put it on lap
basically the
13.
same-
Earlier than the
I put on lap 12. What was
Not
it?
yet.
Hey, can you answer my
You know
question,
what?
Gabe?
Okay, my
Okay,
bad,
yeah.
my bad,
Yeah, keep
my bad.
going.
So, like, at the start, I fell off basically immediately. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but whatever. Just not gonna take shit seriously. But overall, had a boring race. Literally saw no one for 90% of the race. Very little action. Didn't really have fun. Just sitting there in third, but I predict that's how most races are going to be, unfortunately, but that's okay. Shit happens. Penalty was unfortunate. It just wasn't really just forcing around the first half of the race, but cleaned it up in the second half. Almost got caught by Bama, but thank, thanks to Joey doing some excellent defending in there and not letting him by at all or anything. Yeah, Gav kept marginally okay, fine with it. Yeah. And so like,
Okay. Well, how's your outlook on the
congrats
season?
to congrats
Okay.
to Banjo. Cole really threw that one away. He was very distraught in our party. He was
Very extremely.
basically
I was
crying.
actually. Tears were
Uh,
running down my face.
uh, but overall, not a bad race. Better than last season from a position standpoint. But hopefully Red Bull, if me and Joey cook up during the season, could win the constructors because neither of us are really contenders for the drivers' championship. But that's okay. I look forward to next week. I don't even know what fucking track it is, but whatever. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
end of mine. That's
Well,
the end. I'm done.
P3 first
Yeah,
start.
I'm done.
Okay. Well, um, next up, P1 on the track, but unfortunately, P2 in the race because of a 3-second penalty as well. You guys got to fix that up. Bando's gonna win all the races if you keep doing that. Cole, with a P2. So, explain to me, was that really an avoidable thing, or was that just how you were running the track? And how do you think that pit strategy really fell out for you in the end?
The pitch strategy worked. I was, fine. I I mean the penalty was I was probably being too nice. I was trying to give Banjo too much room and I was like, oh, I'll just turn in early and see what happens. And I turned in a little too early and I cut the corner and yeah, if this isn't race one, I probably not as nice, but I got another warning anyway, so it's fine. It didn't really matter. But what did matter was, I broke the DRS on like lap 26 or whatever, and then Josh gave him DRS for two more laps. So even if the penalty still would have happened, maybe I could have pulled 3 seconds. I don't know, but I'll never know because he got DRS off a lapper for the last three laps. But I mean, no, I mean we're the two clear.
Sorry.
Excuse you.
Sorry.
We're the
I
two
forgot I
clear
wasn't muted.
fastest. Um, I mean, I'm confident. I beat him fair and square, so I just, I kind of sold being too nice, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, what's your outlook on the season now? Well, Slurp just said apparently him and his teammate aren't going to battle for a championship. So, how do you think this is going to look rest of the season? Now, maybe your biggest competitor with the P1. How do you think you can recover as you've got the
Uh,
rest of the season in front of you?
I'm ex way more confident because, today, well, let's be honest here. Last season, a lot of my wins came because, there were safety cars. And not that I wasn't quicker or as quick as Banjo, but, I was able to out-strategize him and stuff. So being able to actually beat him in a race that was just me versus him, no safety cars, strategy, one pit stop, saving tires, I feel like that's pretty, confident. It's not one of my best tracks. So, yeah, I feel like I was pretty good. Obviously not happy to not win, but it's fine. I'll take it.
Okay. Well, P2 in race one for Cole.
All right, gonna move on to our winner statement from Banjo. All right, he says the quality session was wet but dried up, and I managed to get to time it perfect to get to the line. I got pole since the track was definitely drier than the other front runners. Hate that Garrison got skirted, couldn't get to the line, but he got up to fifth, which is great for Williams. Me and Cole broke away, but he had far superior pace. I did a good job defending for many laps, but eventually got a 3 second when he went to pass me. I think he meant he got a three
Yeah.
second. Um, I had two warnings at that point, so I had to be careful and just stayed in his DRS. Eventually, he broke it, but then Josh gave me DRS. If he doesn't happen, he legitimately may have pulled 3 seconds, which is really impressive. Now back to a regularly scheduled Slurp Costco Cup Series win.
I'm winning, bro.
Hey, beat me potato finished in front of him last week, so I don't want to hear it.
All right, that is going to do it
Fuck you,
from
BB and
our
Potato.
coverage from the season opener in Australia. For the second season in a row, Cole finishes first on track but gets a penalty, which gives the win to his second place contender, which was Banjo. So Banjo starts off this season with the win. That was your podium, Banjo, Cole, and Slurp. We will see you guys next Tuesday from Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Oh.
See you guys then.